ninazidi kutembea, maombi uyasikie. Bwana unipandishe, mimi ninaendelea, ninazidi kutembea, maombi uyasikie. Bwana unipandishe, Bwana uniinue, kwa imani nisimame, nipande milima yote. Bwana unipandishe, Bwana uniinue, kwa imani nisimame, nipande milima yote. Bwana unipandishe. Sina tamani nikae mahali pa shaka kamwe, hapo wengi wanakaa kuendelea. Naomba nisikae duniani, ni mahali pa shetani, natazamia mbinguni, nitafika kwa imani. Bwana uniinue, kwa imani nisimame, nipande milima yote. Bwana unipandishe, Bwana uniinue, kwa imani nisimame, nipande milima yote. Bwana unipandishe. Hello everyone, welcome to Heirs to the Throne channel. Machigni, karibu sana. Today I thank God for this beautiful day that He's given us, of course free of charge. We're not paying anything for it. We're breathing free air, we have strength, we can still talk, we can still see, and we can still communicate through this channel. I wanted just us to encourage us on 1 Samuel. Like, before I start, have you asked yourself what type of friend you are to that friend of yours you call your friend? Like, I know all of us, we have friends, a clique of friends, but there must be just that one who knows all your secrets, that one who knows all what you're going through, the first one you always call after your mom or your parent, or even the first one that you always call whenever you are in problems or when you've achieved something really, really important. He or she is always the first person to know. So you find that in that friends that you have, there's that one specific one that you tend to be most close with, that you can even maybe trust your life with that person, you know. So in 1 Samuel, we find that Saul and Jonathan, they were best of friends. And we find when Jonathan's dad, is it Jonathan and David? Yeah, Jonathan and David. When Jonathan's dad, Saul, is trying to kill him, Jonathan rushes to David and tells David, see, this is it, and like you have to run. You have to run for your life. And I'll just read it first. That's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 19. And it says, Saul told his son Jonathan and all the attendants to kill David. He tells his son Jonathan to kill David and all his attendants. But Jonathan was very fond of David and warned him, my father Saul is looking for a chance to kill you. Be on your guard. Tomorrow morning, go into hiding and stay there. I will go out and stand with my father in the field where you are, I'll speak to him about you and will tell you what I find out. So we find that after Saul shares what he's planning to do to David with his son Jonathan, Jonathan rushes to David and tells David, see, my friend, this is what my dad is planning for you. Though, still, I'll go talk to my dad. Talk about, if you read the verse, like talk about good things you've done to the kingdom so that he might spare your life. So we find that later on, if you read the whole chapter, Jonathan, like he tells David, goes to his dad and tells his dad, see dad, David is the person who killed Goliath. Is the person who, when everyone else couldn't face Goliath face to face, at his tender age, he faced him face to face and killed Goliath and saved the kingdom from the Philistines. So after all the talks, we find that Saul swears to his son Jonathan in verse 6, as surely as the Lord lives, David will not be put to death just because of what Jonathan, his son, told him. But in this world, just if I leave that still, in the same chapter, we find that after this, he tried killing again David. And David runs to it for his life, and they set a plan with Jonathan. I will miss sitting at the table with the dad for like a period of maybe 2 days. And if at all he asks for my whereabouts, tell him this and this and this. I went to attend to something very important with my family back in Bethlehem. And from what the answer that Jonathan will give Saul, that the reaction that will come out from Saul will determine whether he really wants to kill David. So we find that after all that, it turns out that he really wanted to kill David, and Jonathan rushes again to David and tells David, you have to go into hiding because for real, my dad wants to kill you. Remember, he's torn between, like not really torn between, but he has a best friend whose life is being chased by his own dad, biological dad. And he still goes that extra mile. He didn't want to break that friendship. He still goes that extra mile and cautions David and tells him, this is it. He decides to take sides with David. Which kind of friend are you? Are you the type that after your friend shares with you everything, you go sit down with the whole world and share it with the whole world to know what your friend is going through or what your friend has done? Or are you that friend who sees a problem and rushes to your friend and corrects him? Are you that person whom you walk into a place and find people talking bad things about your friend and you join them in? Or are you that person or that friend who will walk in and tell them, see people, I know that lady or I know that man more than you people. And as long as I'm here, that topic has to die, you know? It's called being a true friend, true friendship, you know? True friendship. But in this current world, you find that that trusted friend, that true friend that you have is the one that will even plot on something evil for you, will plot on your downfall, will plot on how you will be you will be murdered, will plot on how things will go haywire for you, you know? Are you that friend? If at all that a person trusts you with so much information about his life or about his family, shared it with you, at least have that audacity to keep that secret, or rather to maintain that friendship, you know? To maintain that friendship. Because it's not really good when someone shares with you something and the next thing he hears or she hears is the same thing you told that person about you. He's gone with somewhere else and everyone, the whole world now knows it. Or still he shares with you her plans or his plans, and the next thing he knows, you're the person doing that thing that she wanted to do. You know? A person who trusts you is a person who you got his back or you got her back in such a way that you hear something bad or you hear someone plotting bad about that person, you'll go that extra mile, do everything to protect that person. And that's what we see from David and Jonathan. He chose David over the dad, because as much as the dad was plotting to kill David, he knew David was a true servant of God, and he knew that killing is not good. And he chose to stood with David through thick and thin, you know. I'd like to urge us to emulate the friendship between Jonathan and David. Let's cherish that friendship that we have with whoever God brings your way. Let's cherish it. Like, think about if you are that person whom you're now doing that to, you know, a person whom you trusted, the person whom you call your friend, and all of a sudden things change, you know. I hope this will be an encouragement. Let's build that trust with our friends, that they may share even more. Be that friend who will celebrate your friend's victory, who will cry with that friend of yours, who will hold that hand of that friend of yours and just pray with them together, stand with them, you know. Mungu awabariki jamani. I'm so happy that I shared with you this, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's Lorena Duor, heirs to the throne, of course. Na mbarikiwe sana, Mungu awalinde. I love you all. Ahero Nyasaye mondo bedu kodu otieno makawono ni. The song was done by Sarah Kay, and it's called Ninue. Be blessed. Adios.